right, welcome everybody to Pillar Sports. These are the five things that I absolutely recognize and absolutely learned from the loss of Manchester United against Galatasaray in the Champions League group stage. The first thing that I have to speak about is Hojlund. Hojlund is special. I spoke about it in the summer where telling people that this dude has everything that a striker needs. He has the pace, he has the power. And he absolutely showed us yesterday that he is the complete striker for Manchester United moving forward. And bear in mind, this boy is 20 years of age. He could absolutely do this for another 10 to 12 years. He is a generational talent. And I love the fact that we got him. Yes, we understand that the amount of price that he's paid. But the truth is, with the glimpses that we saw, it is truly amazing. I absolutely do not know how after he announced himself to the Stretford end, after he announced himself as a Manchester United striker, he was on the losing end of that match. But I would talk about why he was on the losing end of that match and what we need to do as a Manchester United to actually get these people winning, get them playing better, get them doing things that they're meant to be doing and getting their head and their mentality right. Let me know what you think about Hojlund because I am excited to watch this guy play. I am excited. He absolutely showed us everything. He showed us everything in his arsenal. His power, his pace, his hold-up play, and of course his finishing. Like Haaland said, the second goal, that is Hojlund-esque. That is running with the ball on his left foot, being strong enough to shrug off any defender that comes his way and finishing perfectly when he gets into the box. Now, the truth is, Paul Scholes went ahead and compared him to Ruud van Nistelrooy, arguably one of the best strikers ever to grace the Premier League, and one of the best strikers as Manchester United in the box. So that is a high standard to set, but I am excited to see that he actually gets it. Number two, Rashford's confidence is shot. Marcus Rashford started the game with a great cross to Hojlund. And this combination is going to be lethal and promising. When it goes well, Marcus Rashford and Hojlund are honestly unstoppable, unplayable for any defense. But Marcus Rashford right now, his confidence is absolutely shot. However, Rashford had a 1v1 against the goalkeeper of Galatasaray, Mozzarella, if that's his name. But try to square it. The squaring of the ball is not the problem. The scoring of the ball is really not the problem. But the truth about it is, the Marcus Rashford we knew and loved would put his head down and smash that ball to the bottom net. He would smash that ball to the bottom of the net without prejudice. But because of his confidence is such a low and is in a low bar right now, he had to pass it. He tried to pass it to square it up to Bruno Fernandes to score, but it was under hit. And that is where it comes to the confidence and these individual mistakes costing Manchester United. The individual mistakes are just happening too often that I'm telling we need these players to just stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Stick to what you are absolutely good at. Stick to what got you to Manchester United. When your confidence is shot, that is the way you get out of this rut. That is the way you get out of this problem. Now, that's one thing that I absolutely have to say. Now, I'm talking about my notes here. We have to go to number three. Number three, Andre Onana's mistakes. Coming into this game, coming into Manchester United, Andre Onana was arguably the top 5 or top 10 goalkeepers in the world. After what he had done in Inter Milan, taking Inter Milan all the way to the Champions League final, of course losing it. But we understood what Andre Onana was as a goalkeeper. But it looks like coming into Manchester United, the spotlight, the weight of the shirt and the crest is so heavy for some players that it looks like they take them a long time to adjust. It takes them a long time to adjust. And this might be what is happening to Andre Onana. Their mistakes, his mistakes has been such in a pivotal moment that it swung the momentum totally to the next side. It swung the momentum totally against Manchester United. Those are the mistakes that Andre Onana has caused. Example, Bayern Munich. We were playing Bayern Munich perfectly well. We had the momentum on our side. We had the chances in the first 20. In the 27th minute or the 36th, Andre Onana, with his clunker, swings the game all the way to Bayern's favor. And Bayern is not gonna say, "Oh, I don't want it." They're gonna take it and run with it. That's one of the problem. And of course, he did the same thing today. The pass to Casemiro, the pass that he tried to play to Casemiro. Onana, at his confidence, will play that with his eyes closed. But, of course, we see what Mertens was able to do. And now we have Casemiro out of the game against Copenhagen. And bear in mind, we need to win both games against Copenhagen. And we need to go to Galatasaray and win against Galatasaray in Turkey. And that is the worst place to go to get a result against a team that they have such passionate fans, such crude fans, but such hostile fans that your players would almost crap their pants in playing in that arena. But let's see how it goes. So, the number four reason, defensive lapses, defensive woes, defensive problems. Defensive lapses are absolutely ridiculous. Truly starting with the Zaha goal. With the ball hanging in the air for that long. Dalot trying to deal with Zaha. Of course, Zaha, we know him from the Premier League and we know him from Crystal Palace. He is a strong, skillful attacker. That should be in the scouting reports. When you see the ball going to Zaha, everybody needs to bust the gut. Everybody needs to run at their hardest to get back into position. That ball hung in the air so long that my coach would have said, go into the air and nod the ball away. That is the decision you need to make. Every person knows the basics of defending. Do not let the ball bounce. Do not let the ball come down to the ground to the attacker. You go and you meet the ball where it is at. And if our defenders, not talking about the low, but if the rest of the defenders, and they would have gotten to the ball, nodding the ball away. I'm truly disappointed in that fact. Because this is just Sunday defending. It's schoolboy defense at this point. Schoolboy defense at this point. Now, the second thing about this defensive woes is, what are the protocols when we score as a team? What are the protocols that you need to implement within the first 5 minutes of them starting the game for you to keep the momentum on your side, keep the ball? One thing Man City does is, when they score, they absolutely pass the ball to every single person, making the momentum die and making the momentum settle. Because the thing about adrenaline is, pardon me if I say that wrong, is the other team is pushing to score and you are so high that you have scored that you lose focus. Because bear in mind, Marcus Rashford's assist to Rasmus and the goal, 6 minutes later, Zaha scores. And it comes from Sanchez lofting the ball all the way up and him scoring. Lack of concentration, lack of intensity, lack of just thinking that we need to settle this game. I'll give you another one. We score, Rasmus running with the ball on his left-hand side, chipping the goalkeeper. Beautiful chip. Guess what happens? 4 minutes, they go back and score. And it was a beautiful goal by Galatasaray, but it's a goal that we could have prevented. And the responsibility I hold is to the captains of the club. The responsibility I hold is to Bruno Fernandes, is to Casemiro, is to Varane. These are the people that absolutely have been there and done it. They need to understand that when you score, you need to absolutely get your team together, get their heads right, get them to sit on the ball, get them to pass the ball accurately, get them to understand that the game is not over because you score. This has been a problem all season. Same thing against Arsenal. Marcus Rashford scores, Odegaard scores in 9 minutes for Marcus Rashford scoring. We think we have scored against Arsenal with Garnacho. It goes back another 10 minutes. Declan Rice scores. That is the problem that we are having. That is the problem that we are having, and we need to correct it. We absolutely need to correct it. And the fifth point is Erik ten Hag. I understand the carefulness that you're trying to deal with Marcus Rashford and Bruno not being in the best form of their lives. But we need a win. The dressing room, the media, everything is piling up on Erik ten Hag right now. And one thing that I know about football is when you are winning, the dressing room is together. When you are winning, you have the dressing room behind you. It just get me thinking that why is Jadon Sancho not apologizing to Erik ten Hag? Is it because he feels that he's going to be in Manchester United longer than Erik ten Hag? Or he has seen some players lose their head already in the dressing room. So why do I need to apologize? Because this manager is not going to be here for the long run. I can just wait him out, and the new manager that comes into Manchester United would be able to get me back into the team, and I'll be able to play just like I would want to play. The truth about it is, if I see, like, I'm jealous because Jadon Sancho and Rasmus Hojlund would be a lethal combination too. It will be a lethal combination too. Just like how he was lethal against or with Erling Haaland in Dortmund. Hojlund has almost all the attributes that Haaland has, and he will be a perfect striker with Sancho. So Erik ten Hag, we need you to focus. If it means bringing in Eriksen, bringing in Donny van de Beek, bringing in Dan Gore, if it means that, you need to play these people. That's what we need to do. We need to focus on winning. Like, I understand that we play out from the back, we press from the front, but we need to absolutely do the basics right now for us to win the games. Let me know what you think about this. I am excited because I still back Erik ten Hag fully. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Thank you. You have a good one.